Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this October the 16th, 2024. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be talking about Invest 94L, what you see here on the satellite imagery here, the infrared satellite image. Here is the storm getting a little bit better organized, getting a little bit more deep convection around the center, but still kind of poorly organized. Still only has about a 40% chance of development over the next 7 days. We'll talk about that in the next graphic there in just a few minutes. Let's take a look at the forecast computer model guidance from the Hurricane Center. You can see here's the center of the storm. It goes north of the Leeward and Windward Island, north of Puerto Rico, and then it kind of makes a bend back to the southwest, back through Haiti and the Dominican Republic, back toward Jamaica, and then back into the northwestern Caribbean Sea. As you can see here on the computer model runs here, it kind of bends in that direction. Let's take a look at the intensity guidance of the system. As you can see, it has about 30 knot winds equal to 35 miles per hour. Gradually works into a tropical storm according to these model runs here. Some takes it into a category 1 hurricane and even to a category 2. So right now I will continue to monitor this and see what happens with Invest 94L. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here, here is that little Invest 94L. Still has a 30% chance of development over the next 2 days. Here's a system here, has a 20% chance of development in the next 2 days as well. Same again, 20% over here in the next 7 days, and here is the 40% chance of development in this orange region here on this graphic. Alright, let's move on to the Watch and Warn Advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, we got a lot of freeze warnings, frost advisories. Also, we have a lot of red flag warnings to discuss. So, we got frost advisory from Maine all the way through New York State, down in ports of Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, the Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, back into Arkansas, also in the portions of Oklahoma and also southern Missouri. Also, we have a lot of freeze warnings also from portions of Vermont, down to Pennsylvania, also down towards portions of the western Virginia, western North Carolina, on pretty much most of Ohio, Indiana, southern Michigan, Illinois, down to Kentucky, also portions of southeast Missouri. We have some more freeze warnings over here in California and also into portions of Nevada. We have red flag warning along the Gulf Coast states from Panhandle, Florida, southern Alabama, Mississippi, and also Louisiana. More red flag warnings for the Dakotas, also Minnesota, also in Iowa, down in Missouri, also through Nebraska, Kansas, and also portions of Colorado, Wyoming. Then again over here in portions of Utah and also into Nevada and a little bit in California. Also, we have a few patches of freeze watches in portions of Washington State, down to Idaho, to areas of Wyoming, also into Utah, and also down to Arizona. We have wind advisories over portions of southern Nevada, southern California, western Arizona, and also we have some winter weather advisory, winter storm warnings for portions of Idaho, Montana, and also into Utah as well. Fire weather watch has been posted for portions of Iowa and also into Minnesota, and also some wind advisories over Montana. Also, we got small craft advisories from up here near Long Island all the way down to all the way back to southeast Texas, including the Florida Keys. Storm warnings in the purple. More small craft advisories also in effect for Washington State and California. And then we have some over here in portions of central Hawaii and Chain Island South. Also, red flag warning has been posted for all of the island chain of the Hawaiian area, especially with the statements inland of Alaska. We also have some blizzard warnings, freeze and spray warnings to the north, and also some small craft advisories there as well in northern Alaska. Alright, let's take a look at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook and precipitation. You can see here we got above normal temperature from Maine to Florida to Texas, all the way back to southern California, Nevada, also through the Dakotas. Only area that's going to be pretty cool over the next 8 to 14 days will be areas of Washington State, down to portion of Northern California, Nevada, and also into Montana, also Idaho as well. You can see the Hawaiian chain island is going to be above normal. Much of Alaska will be too, except below normal southeast areas. Alright, precipitation. We got below normal precipitation from Maine through the Carolinas, back in the portion of Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, and again over here in portion of Texas, back into Arizona, New Mexico, and also into Colorado, and also into Port Oklahoma and Kansas. Above normal precipitation elsewhere, from portion New York State to Michigan to Washington, Oregon State to California, and then near normal precipitation in the gray areas from Maine to Texas, back to South Dakota, and also to California. Alright, central and south Hawaiian chain islands, near normal precipitation, central and northwest, above normal, and then much of Alaska will be above normal in precipitation. Alright, here is the temperatures for your Thursday. As you can see, we got 50s stretching from Maine all the way down to portion of Virginia. Even got some 60s there as well, also down into the Carolinas. 70s and 80s across Florida, back into Texas, all the way into portions of the Dakotas. Some 60s showing up there as well, and also a cool patch of 40s and 50s over in the northwestern U.S. Also, we got some 90s and 80s over across Southern California, and also into southern Arizona. This is for your Thursday. Let's move on to your Friday temperature outlook. Alright, you can see we got 50s and 60s in the northeast. Also, we got 70s, 60s, and 70s across the Carolinas, back into Texas, also back into Minnesota. Then we got 30s and 40s across the western U.S., also northern U.S. Got some 50s there as well, and also got much of the 70s and 80s from California to Texas, southern Texas, and also down toward the Florida region as well. Alright, let's move on to these Saturday temperatures. This is daytime highs, that is. Alrighty. As you can see, we got 60s and 70s across much of the east coast, stretching all the way back through portion of Minnesota, back into portion of North Texas, southern Texas, central Texas, 80s, also across central southern Florida as well. There's a cool patch over here in the Rocky Mountains, over here around Denver to Wyoming to portions of Idaho and Montana, down toward portions of Arizona. And then we have some 60s, 70s, and 80s along from Washington State to California and southern areas of Arizona. And we're going to take a look at your Sunday temperatures, and then we're going to wrap up the video. Alright, we got pretty much same temperatures, 60s, 70s across much of the United States. A few patches of 50s and 40s over here in portion of Washington, over here in areas of Idaho to Wyoming to Colorado and Utah. And then we got 60s and 70s and 80s over here from Washington State to California. Low 80s around central and southern Texas, and then across Florida as well. So, alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Take care, everyone, and we'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care.